Good afternoon, and welcome to the annual Join the Journey Luncheon. I'm Jean West. I'm here in support of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth, and am honored once again to serve as the host for our short program today. As we begin, we express our gratitude to our premier sponsor, CHI St. Joseph Health, and the other generous sponsors of this program. You saw them on the screen as you signed on, and we are so grateful for their generosity. As most of you know, this event is normally a luncheon in Louisville, Kentucky. And while we missed the chance to be together in person today, I am so happy to welcome each of you who could join us through this technology. If you've been with us in previous years, you know that love fills the room when we gather to hear some of the transformational stories of the ministries of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth. Our hope is that the same sense of love and hope will fill your hearts today as we gather together and experience the ways that the sisters respond to the needs of our world. And we hope that you recognize that you are a part of this wonderful work as broader members of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth family. This is the major fundraiser of the year to support the ministries of the sisters. And so you can donate online at any time using the donate link listed on the screen in the chat area or on the senfamily.org website. So let us begin.
There is a place for the sadness. Hold on to love. There is a season of gladness. Hold on to love. When pain and confusion seem endless, hold on to love. We cultivate healing through kindness. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. When terror and fear overwhelm us, hold on to love. Courage and faith will sustain us. Hold on to love. Violence seeks to destroy us. Hold on to love. Acts of compassion restore us. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on. When hatred is used to divide us, hold on to love. Wisdom and truth reunite us. Hold on to love. When prejudice poses its freedom. Hold on to love. Dignity means all are welcome. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercies overflowing. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercies overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on to love.
Geeta, and it is my privilege to serve as the president of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth. What a joy to be with you today, even if only by live video. This unusual time in our world is such a challenge, isn't it? Through the COVID-19 pandemic, we have experienced uncertainty, fear, and grief. Lockdowns, quarantines, and social distancing have left many of us with feelings of isolation. We turn our hearts to our loving God and trust and hope, even as we miss gathering in person for worship in the same manner as before. We live with a new awareness of the essential workers who are working tirelessly these days. Will this pandemic ever end? And what will our new normal be? Are questions that we ask. Across our nation, tensions rise in the face of systemic racial injustice. We pray for transformation in our society that will lead to lasting change and true equality for all. We feel the polarization of political views that too often lead to broken relationships and a breakdown in communication rather than open dialogue. So much weighs heavily on our hearts. And yet, if we step back and look with new eyes, we can see that there is hope and beauty even in this time. I am reminded of the long history of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth and the congregation's radical response through so many other pandemics and turmoil. And I trust that when future generations look back on this time, they will see the same courage, compassion, and faithful response to the motto of our congregation, "The love of Christ impels us." The love of Christ truly urges us to hold on to love. And this is the right time to hold on to that love. Here are a few sparks of that compassionate love that I see. At St. John's Hospital in Bangalore, India, Sister Jessie works around the clock as the head of the pharmacy department. She designs and provides personal protective equipment for the hospital staff so they can safely do their jobs. In spite of the physical and emotional toll of the job, Sister Jessie said that this time brought out an indomitable spirit and a deep desire to care for the patients beyond her own personal needs and wants. When the country went on lockdown with little notice, Sister Gracie ministered to migrant workers in the south of India, assisting with the food supplies and cash as they made their way home to their remote villages. Transportation services shut down, so thousands had to walk for weeks to make it back home. In the northern city of Patna, the sisters distributed various provisions, including face masks, soap, sanitizers, clothing, and medicines to more than 10,000 families. In southern Belize, Sister Eugenia coordinates the distribution of food to 38 village communities through the parish's St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry program. Additionally, as most of the homes in these villages do not have electricity, students use candles to do homework. Sister Eugenia located some solar lanterns and identified 15 families with school-age children who could use solar lights to help with their studies. In Botswana, our sisters continue their healing ministry even in the midst of the lockdown at Pabalelong Hospice, the only in-person hospice in that country. And today, you will hear stories of ministries here in the United States and how we are responding in new and creative ways, responding to the needs before us. As always, you are so part of us. You support us through your prayers, your work alongside us in our ministries, and you are faithful in your generosity. For all of this, we are so very grateful. Thank you for being with us today and for all the ways you journey with us.
Thank you, Sister Sangita. And did we mention that we're coming to you live from Nazareth, the beautiful home of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth near Bardstown on this beautiful day? Wish you were here. Yes, these days surely call for creativity as we try to find ways to meet the needs so many people face. In Southern Maryland, the sisters run Camp Maria Retreat Center. Normal programming was canceled in March and through the summer due to COVID-19 restrictions in place. As they looked for ways to continue their mission of service, they were very aware of the food insecurities that so many in the area face. If you've had the chance to visit Camp Maria, you know that in addition to the peace and serenity there, one of the highlights is the wonderful food they serve. So Camp Maria partnered with St. Mary's Soup Kitchen and prepared meals for residents in the county. Camp Maria Chef Terry explains that best food is always love. Here is how Camp Maria is holding on to love at this time.
Camp Maria has been around for a long time. It was established in 1934 as a girls' camp. And then it morphed into a retreat center. And it's not just any retreat center. Camp Maria is, I would say it's God's place on this earth, to be perfectly honest. Camp Maria at this time is so needed. It's desperately needed. our community has suffered greatly in terms of loss because of losing loved ones, death, loss of jobs, and loss of income. That's been very difficult. It's been a very difficult situation to deal with for me, as to not be able to reach out and make a difference in even more than what we're doing. You know, it's been very hard.
Corona could take a lot of things away, but it has not taken away our need to be merciful, to be kind, to be loving. Even if we can't touch someone, we still have to find a way to do those things and to be those things to people.
It was Terry, our food service manager, who initiated contact with St. Mary's Care. And I think, isn't that how God works? God puts us in places where we can connect, and Terry did connect with St. Mary's. She heard of the need. She came and she spoke with me, and we said, we need to do this. We need to be able to support St. Mary's Caring, who's feeding our local hungry, and how can we do that? So
the problem with hunger in St. Mary's County right now has certainly been exacerbated by COVID-19. The opportunity to take what we have, and in this instance have in abundance, for lack of a better word, the ability to come alongside a partner in the county, and to work with them and to be able to come up with a creative solution to their problem using a facility that we have here that's sitting like a fallow field.
because, you know, whenever you're in crisis, when we're in crisis, it's so easy to go inward and think of our own struggles. And it's such a gift to be able to reach out and to help and actually make a difference in a very difficult time that we're all going through.
What we've been able to do is come alongside St. Mary's Cares and Feed St. Mary's to provide some volunteer types of support that they would not normally have.
Right now, we're the only one feeding people in St. Mary's County. So our meals, we're doing upwards of 200 meals, sometimes up to 300 meals a day. And we're running on a skeleton crew because most of our volunteers are seniors or they have compromised immune systems, in addition to the fact that we're such a small, our building is so small, I don't allow any more than 5 volunteers in here at a time. We've been proactive all along with this because if we're down, nobody eats.
Now what we're seeing is we're seeing a wave of people who have not experienced food insecurity, have not experienced not having enough money to survive. And that's what we're seeing right now.
So when Miss Terry volunteered to see if there was anything Camp Maria could do to help us, we were extremely excited.
In addition to the kitchen space to prepare a large quantity of food at one time, enabling them to have some foods immediately available to feed the homeless and to have some things to store away to feed them at a later time, because the homeless isn't going anywhere and the hungry aren't going anywhere.
So she's helping us catch up so that we've got a little backup here. Plus she's bringing in different food than we would normally cook, and it's really wonderful for our guests to be able to have that. So
food is always love. Food is always love. It's one of the things that is a common denominator regardless of anything else happening in the atmosphere, any other circumstance, we all need food. And that's our goal here, is to love people through what we prepare here.
We have such great faith in God, and we know that God is driving this ship. God's here with us, and God's going to be directing Camp Maria.
What a beautiful way to be in service. Isn't it true? Providing meals is such a loving way to show care and compassion. Thank you, Ann, Terry, and all at Camp Maria for this creative way of extending your ministry in Southern Maryland during this time. Back here in Kentucky at Nazareth, Sister Luke Boyarowski received a phone call from a local magistrate, Eric Shelbourne, about the need of a woman in his district. Eric will now tell you more about this wonderful connection. Eric.
Good afternoon. I'm the 5th District Magistrate in Nelson County, Kentucky. One of my constituents contacted me about a woman named Mary who lives in Chaplin. She told me about Mary's dire situation and the struggle she has endured. I wanted to help her, but when I saw her situation, I knew that it was going to take more help from the community. I contacted the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth because a friend of mine told me about Sister Luke and some of the projects she has helped with through the SCN volunteer program. He said they help a lot of people in the area and that if I contacted them, they would probably be able to help in some way. So I called Sister Luke. And here we are today. Mary, who you are about to meet, is in a much better place today. I am grateful for the sisters and for all that helped her. I know God had a hand in all of this. I want to say thank you to the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth for caring for Mary and for so many in our area and in and around the world. A lady that lives in Chaplin, which is not far from here, as you know, got in touch with me and told me the story about Mary living in her car up here. And she's got, she has a mobile home there, but she can't move in it because they were restricted by some local ordinances that wouldn't allow her to live in it, and said she's living in her car, been living in there for a long time now. Well, I just seemed like it was almost hard to believe until I got over here, and it was cold when I first met you. You remember, Mary, how cold it was?
Originally, I'm from New Haven, but then I moved in this area when I was 16.
Okay.
So I guess more or less you say I'm from this area.
She's been battling this for how long, Mary?
5 years and 6 months exactly.
In a car.
In a car.
In winter and everything. During winter?
Everything. Yes. Might as well say everything, because 3 days out of a month, I've got 2 children who lives in Barstown. You can stay with them 3 days out of a month because they live in government apartments. And you can't stay no longer than that. So. Okay,
but that was pretty tough staying in the cold, wasn't it?
Cold one day? My car has a good heater.
Ooh. Was it
and you see all this stuff packed in it? That is my insulation.
That was your insulation, huh?
I just have right here, just like this, and peep over my little area.
Yeah, she'll tell you it's still.
And I sit here like this. Summertime, if it's pick a spot, if you can find a shady spot, pick it. There wasn't much shade, because when the dozer did the dozing here, they cut down most of the shade trees. Because most of the shade trees was around the old house and old trailer that used to be here. Well, I got so used to it, I'm like, okay, I would love to have running water and lights, so I didn't have to run and pack my water or, turn my headlights on every now and then and say, I want to see what's going on out here. I mean, outside of that, I got used to it. He's a godsend because I have known lots of magistrates. Well, several people told me, said, that we had a new one, said talk to him, and I'm like, well, I can talk to him, but I'm not sure he'll want to talk to me.
To me, I feel like her saying that, it touches me a little bit, because I do believe this is a God-led thing. I do believe that. I believe that Mary saying them prayers in that car has brought me here, has brought you here to help her, give her mercy. There was some legal challenges that had to be overcome. It's just overwhelming how much money it takes to get anything done. And so there used to be an old house where it sits exactly where the trailer is, where that porch is. But according to the county ordinance, you have to have 50 foot off the center line. The closest corner to that road is about 3 foot in there. Because of that, they told her she couldn't move in there. So then they brought the weight of the law down on her, and they put a lawsuit on her. And here she is living in this car. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that it could happen. But at any rate, we're thank God we're past that. And Mary's she's on the fast track of living in where where her heart, she feels like her heart's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Mary, how does it make you feel? How do you feel moving from the car to the trailer? How do you feel?
I feel blessed.
Good.
Blessed. God has done a lot of wonderful things for me. A lot of them, which I know I don't actually, I can't say that actually I deserve them.
You feel good, huh?
Yes. Really wonderful.
It's nice to rest your body in a place that's bigger than a car.
Yes.
Good.
I'd like to say God bless the awesome people and people that do have a heart.
What a remarkable woman. Thank you, Eric, for what you have done for Mary. And thank you for reaching out to the sisters to help her move into the home that she so deserves. That's a powerful story, and this is just one of the many lives that the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth have touched and transformed. Just one more way the sisters continue to hold on to love. And now it's our turn. I'm Shane Fitzgerald, and I'm honored to stand here before you today on behalf of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth to ask you to support their wonderful work. As Jean reminded us at the beginning of our program, this is the major fundraiser to support the worldwide ministries of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth. What you have been inspired to give today matters and helps the sisters meet the needs of those they serve. Your support helps to continue to do what you've heard about and seen today. It's very simple. You can donate online at scnfamily.org, or mail a donation to P.O. Box 9, Nazareth, Kentucky 40048, or call 502-348-1519 if you want to call in your donation with a credit card number. If you're like me, you have every intention to give, but then sometimes life gets in the way, right? So, I encourage you now to make that donation. While these stories are fresh in your mind, you can make a one-time gift, or we ask you to continue to make a multi-year pledge so that the sisters feel your support for the months and years ahead. We truly appreciate whatever level of support you can give. Thanks to our generous sponsors, every single dollar you give today goes to support the ministries and the work of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth, 100%. Whatever gift you make today, we sincerely thank you. And now, the sisters have a final message to share with you.
There is a place for the sadness. Hold on to life.
Thank you again for being with us today. Visit the SCN website, scnfamily.org, and follow the sisters on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated on all that is happening and the many ways that you can be involved. Blessings on your day and on your journey.
There is a place for the sadness. Hold on to love. There is a season of gladness. Hold on to love. When pain and confusion seem endless, hold on to love. We cultivate healing through kindness. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. When terror and fear overwhelm us, hold on to love. Courage and faith will sustain us. Hold on to love. Violence seeks to destroy us. Hold on to love. Acts of compassion restore us. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on. When hatred is used to divide us, hold on to love. Wisdom and truth reunite us. Hold on to love. When prejudice poses as freedom, hold on to love. Dignity means all are welcome. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing.